Hey Dragon Slayers, today's video is about delivering the truth about diverticulitis part 3. It didn't take Dr. Berry long to find the study he mentioned earlier. There was just one problem. The study had been published in 2008, but even in 2012, the specialist had told his patient to avoid nuts and seeds. He kept rereading the study, thinking that he must be missing something. However, the study showed very clearly that nuts and seeds do not cause flare ups of diverticulitis. The specialist he had sent his patient to was one of the best in the country. He was very well respected, yet he told Dr. Berry's patient a medical lie, a lie that would not help the patient and actually might harm him. This was the lie that made Dr. Berry seriously wonder if there were other lies out there, including lies that Dr. Berry might have been telling his patients. Did this specialist, whom Dr. Berry greatly respected, not read the medical journals? Did he not do the research on things that he told patients before sharing the information? Dr. Berry saw his patient again about a month later, and he had another severe bout. The patient had another severe bout of diverticulitis. After treating his patient, Dr. Berry gave the patient a copy of the JAMA article. He explained as respectfully as he could that the specialist was probably wrong to recommend not eating nuts and seeds. Dr. Berry's patient agreed, saying that they had avoided all three but still had another flare up. The patient wanted to know what Dr. Berry thought was causing the flare ups. Dr. Berry explained what he had read in the article, which said that bouts of diverticulitis were strongly associated with smoking, being overweight, eating red meat, and taking NSAIDs, which are anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen. His patient was obese, the patient smoked, and they took ibuprofen almost every day. Armed with this real medical information, the patient was able to start eating nuts and seeds again, which actually protected them from future bouts of diverticulitis. And they were able to refocus their attention on the true causes of their suffering. The specialist hadn't mentioned the patient's weight, smoking habit, or ibuprofen use at all during their visit. The doctor had ordered and performed a colonoscopy and then told the patient to avoid nuts, seeds, and popcorn. That was all he did for the patient. At first, the patient was skeptical of what Dr. Berry suggested they do because Dr. Berry was only a family doctor rather than being a specialist in the field. However, the patient took the copy of the study and said they would read it and consider what it had to say. They returned a few weeks later for Dr. Berry's advice on how to best lose some weight and quit smoking. During the visit, the patient told Dr. Berry that while researching diverticulitis, they had discovered hundreds of internet news articles and blog posts proclaiming the results of the study that they were given. They wanted to know how it was possible that the respected specialist had given them such terrible advice. Dr. Berry made some excuse for the specialist. Doctors are notorious for protecting their own, despite disastrous consequences of another doctor's ignorance, and steered the conversation back to the patient's diverticulitis. I relate to this so much. I remember when I was first diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in December of 2018, they gave me an insulin shot in the office. And I had already done a little reading and research on my own, and I knew that type 2 diabetes was a disease of having too much insulin, not like type 1 where you don't have enough insulin. And so I thought it was weird that they would give me an insulin shot. And that made me question everything. And the more I researched and the more I read and studied, the only way to reverse type 2 diabetes is to lower your insulin. That's it. That's it. That's the only way. There aren't really drugs out there that I'm aware of that lower insulin. There are drugs that can help you become more insulin sensitive, like metformin, but it's still cramming more and more stuff into your cells. I have not found any drugs so far that I am aware of, and I could be wrong, but at this point in my research, there are no drugs that I'm aware of that can cure or reverse type 2 diabetes. It's all a band aid. And so the only permanent cure, the only permanent reversal is number one, diet, number two, fasting, number three, exercise, specifically weight training and aerobics, right? Those are all of the things that I implement in my own life that have severely improved my health. And I plan to permanently kick this thing in the bud soon. I'm always working towards it. It's a journey, right? But I want to permanently be in the non-diabetic range, which is the goal of this channel. I want to help any diabetics out there go from wherever you are to non-diabetic and stay there. I mean, I told you guys before, I started off at a 12.3, which is just insane, off the charts. My last reading was a 5.7. So I'm still in my fight. I'm still in my journey. I'll probably be, maintaining this for the rest of my life, but I'm always pushing forward and striving for better health. You only have one life and one body. So it's up to you to do what you can to maintain its health. Question everything. Anything that affects your body, it is up to you to ensure that it is good for you. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps this channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.